Hey, this is Stacia, and wow, I'm sad to say, you guys, I actually fell below 1800 this past game, and well, it was a rough game. I don't know what to say. I think my opponent played really well. I don't think they were cheating or anything like that. I think I just got outplayed. So let's go ahead and see what we can learn from this because clearly I need to learn something. All right, so in this game, we had e4, c5, d4. We had a Smith-Morra gambit. And I'm always curious what defense my opponent will choose against this. And they decided to go e6. And then knight g to e7. And this is in the Mayhem and the Morra book, and it's called A Professional's Choice. And I don't know too much about this, but I do know that bishop g5 is the main move, and the idea is to pin this knight. Oops. Making it hard to get the bishop out, and basically you are provoking a weakness. That will either go f6 with the intention of king f7 and develop that way, or they'll go h6. And that's what my opponent chose this game, so I just pulled the bishop back and then knight g6. This is the main idea. They're just saying, hey, look, I know that I can't go knight f6. It's kind of dangerous. If I do that, I have to do this. So they play this way, and then they say, I'm fine. You know, they'll just go a6, b5, bishop b7, or bishop b7 and bishop b7 and castle, and say, black's fine and black's up a pawn. So it's up to white to kind of stop them from coordinating so easily, but I feel like I failed at this game. I castled here, which is right, bishop b7. Okay, looks like I started to go wrong here. Knight b5. I mean, in this position, what to do though? What to do? I feel like queen e2 is sort of a lazy move. Just getting rook d1. It might also be sort of okay. Might be. I could also just pull the bishop back. That's a move that's going to need to be played. But again, it's a little lazy. I have to figure out how I want to get an advantage here. And I thought knight b5. But during the game, I thought they could play d6 and make this move look silly by doing that. And that is what happened in the game. They played d6 right away. So we are going to ask the engine, what could we do better here? There's one game in the database. Do you guys see this still? You do. But black won it, where they went knight d5. So did I go wrong earlier? I mean, what? Yeah, they're supposed to go a6 here. So I'm pulling up the opening book. Bishop g5. So f6 is the main move. So h6, and there's already not many games at all. So I'll switch to the engine. The engine says they should go a6 here. Wow. I should go knight b5 in this position. Wow. I see the point now. It's kind of cute. Because knight b5, they can't take the bishop because, you know, smothered mate. Okay, but I would never think they would allow that. But that does mean we can play this move, which I didn't see. Now, they could go d6 or d5, I thought. If d6, we win. Because the knight is still on e7, is still pinned, we can take. And that's going to force them to give up their queen. Okay. But what about d5? d5's a little bit interesting because it actually does attack our bishop here. Computer says this is like a slight advantage for white. We just simply take. And then if they take here, then we just slide the bishop back to f4 and we're threatening a fork. I hope my student Jessica's watching because she would like this part. Hi, Jessica, if you're watching. Okay, and but okay, they should actually take the bishop, and this would open up their rook. And then we should play d takes c6, taking their knight. That's kind of a crazy line. Not so easy to see all this, I don't think. And I guess if they trade queens, we're happy. We're more coordinated. And if they go knight takes c6, which makes more sense, we can take their queen because they don't have a convenient recapture here. They either have to take with their king, and they'll never castle and be kind of awkward, or they have to take with the knight, demoting the knight to the back rank. And, well, and actually if they do that, we'll probably just fork them. And if Jessica's watching, I'm sure she agrees. She saw it before I saw it. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, so that's good to know, and I'll probably make one of my flashcards, or I'll put that in Chessable. That's what I do these days. So in the game, bishop e3, and black is almost fully a pawn up, according to the computer. And after knight g6, now knight b5 isn't as good because they can play d6. When there was a knight on e7 blocking the bishop, knight b5 did something. Now it does nothing. So I should have known that, and I actually did know that. And this is a problem I have, though. I'll see a move and I'll rule it out, but then I just don't find anything I like better. So I was looking at knight d4 here as well. Now the engine actually kind of likes knight d4, so maybe that would have been a good try. I just thought after knight d4, though, I didn't really see the point. Like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this is knight d5, not d4, not knight d4. Sorry. This does lose, which is actually what I thought. I thought they just go knight a5, and I'm screwed, right? I'm just like, what do I do? So, so that is true, actually. So I went queen e2, which the computer likes. What instead of knight b5, though? Computer says knight d4 this move. Okay. Yeah, I just thought here, though, this is kind of lazy, too, because am I really fighting for an advantage here? I'm not sure. I mean, is there some idea behind this? Like, what is this? I thought they could just castle. Yeah, black is better. I mean, black is just better, but I could go f4, and this is my best chance, according to the computer. So that is, yeah, okay, I probably should have thought of that. I did not. And then they could take, and we take with a queen. And hey, we're kind of active. We're playing in the center. The bishop on c8 hasn't moved. The rook hasn't moved. I do feel like we have some compensation here. I'm not saying it's enough, but we have some. So I'll take note of that for next time. In the game, I played knight b5 because I did not know what else to do. So that's unfortunate. Because they did play d6, which is like the one move that kills this. The other one is castles, though. Castles also kills it. So, queen e2, a6. Yeah, and I thought I would just come back. It's fine. Doesn't like bishop e3. Okay, well now the engine's saying it's the top move, so whatever. The engine finally caught up to me because I'm so strong, right? All right, bishop e7. Okay, so I just started playing normal moves because I'm like, look, I'm worse. I'm worse and I have to live with it. So I think that was a good decision, actually. Wow, and it hates this move, so I guess maybe I was wrong. I spoke too soon. So here we have to find something better, but what? I'm not sure at all. Well, the engine... Okay, it's saying rook AC1 is minus 1.5 for black. And the best move, knight d4, is minus 1.2. So, okay, this is not a full mistake. I would call it inaccurate. It wants knight d4. Why, though? I mean, I assumed they would take. And, okay, we take with a bishop. Okay, maybe this helps defend the pawn. Maybe it helps us get e5 because now there's not going to be any crazy bishop takes f3. All right, let's just play a normal move for black and see what the computer is saying. It still likes black. It says go a3, which I would never think of. Perhaps to tuck the bishop away. I'm not sure what that move is at all. I don't like a3. Give me something else, computer. It says g3. Okay, I can get behind that because I was thinking about this move. And then it says bishop c6. Which looks weird. But okay, it's not that weird. They do need to like do something with the queen though, and I'm not sure what. Queen a5 maybe, and then the computer once again says f4. Try for this. This is our best chance. I thought about this during the game. Like, they're like closer in that position. I did start thinking about it. Okay, but in the game, we had this, and I let the knight come to c4 because I don't necessarily want to give up that bishop. The computer is totally fine with giving it up. It says knight d2 is best. Let them take, and we'll take with a knight. And we'll just rewrite our knight in and keep these pawns solid. Okay, but we're worse. We're, you know, quite a bit worse. I would rather make complications. So I kept the bishop on because I thought it might be useful. I was dreaming of bishop takes g6, although that's probably never going to happen. And it didn't happen. Because if I go e5 to take that knight can always be the one that captures. So then I came with the idea of creating a battery if that happens. Like trade off the knight and create a battery and try to mate them. Provoke weaknesses. But it doesn't quite work out. So yeah, he did take the bishop. He thought a long time here, which is weird because he played the opening so fast. Computer loves their move. Bishop f6 is a good move, apparently. Okay, and now I went e5. Wow, this is like a... Now this should be called a mistake because it jumps from like minus 1.9 to minus 3. So, okay, I can call that a mistake. But I also knew this is a pawn sack. I just thought, I'm giving up my pawn because I'm desperate for play at this point. And I'm going to have to try to swindle them. And I have 2 minutes on my clock, so... yeah. So I did manage to get them to provoke weaknesses, but I mean, they've got 2 bishops. They can easily retreat the bishop back in. They could also go for this plan. And if they get d5 in, which I don't think they even wanted to play because they recognized that was shut in their bishop. Then black has no worries whatsoever, but you could argue they have no worries right now. So I went here to attack the pawn. King g7. Yeah, I thought they should go bishop g7. Wow, computer disagrees. It thinks queen g5 It just wants to trade queens and enjoy the material advantage. Makes a lot of sense. This also makes sense, I thought. Yeah, it does. Computer does like that too. Okay, now at 92. I had 1 minute. Okay, so here I should go f4. I thought about f4. It's also weakening, but probably should go for this. And then if bishop f6, computer wants to go knight e4. Yeah, I kept thinking about this too. I thought they would take though. Okay, but at least if we take, we are attacking the rook or improving the queen because we're sort of pinning this pawn because behind it is checkmate. So then these become ideas. Hey, it's something, right? But I play knight e2, letting them have another pawn, because why not? I was hoping to double my rooks on the c file, but then, like, I just didn't calculate this right either. It just doesn't work at all. Yeah, like if I just double, I thought they go here. You know? Like, what do I do now? I have to trade. They'll take with a bishop. Yeah, and things are trading and black's winning, so that's why I didn't follow through with that. But oh, this actually did happen. Did it? This did happen. And then I flagged. But I mean, computer is saying -5. And if you look at the graph on this game, it is not a pretty sight. I'm going to show it to you guys now. Yeah, see that graph? That is not a pretty sight. That is when someone just plays well. I mean, what can I say? They played really well. And I saw their daily rating was like over 2,000. So it could be I just played a really strong player today. And if so, that's fine. I want to learn from the game. So I am going to dig into Mayhem and the Mora. See if I can learn about the opening and get some ideas. Maybe play through a game. And in that way, I will have spent my time well today. So, hey, if I lose rating points online, but gain rating points over the board with new ideas, I'll count that as a win. So, wish me luck at Parma. I'll be there later tomorrow, today for you guys. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.